weird. It was weird, but it was cool at the same time. I loved it. So Lucy is definitely one that I definitely not only give a 4-star rating, but definitely a big thumbs up. All right, so we go into the next movie, which is Moonlight. This was a movie I really didn't know how to take, really, because I heard so little about it. I didn't even know it even existed until I watched the Oscars. And then when I finally got a chance to see it, I was just blown away by how powerful this movie was and how just amazing the acting was and how everything worked, the plot lines, the characters, everything on Moonlight just was flat out phenomenal. I understand why they had that be the winner for Best Picture at the Oscars, because it's very well done. Those of you that don't kind of know, it is a story starts off about this guy who kind of does flashbacks to when he was a kid, to his teenage years, to his adult years, basically trying, I think, to find himself in what really makes him happy. And this really is one of those movies that also really appeases to the LGBT community, because in the end he realizes that his full happiness, what makes him happy, is being, gay, homosexual. This again was one of those movies where I just thought, wow, I was not expecting this at all. And everything that went through this movie, from him being teased as a kid to a teenager, and everything that he went through struggles with as an adult, everything that went down into this movie really made me, again, fully appreciate everybody who went through this, because it takes a lot of guts to kind of create a movie like this, because a lot of people are probably thinking that this movie wasn't that good, or it wasn't even worth creating. But I look at this and I think to myself of all the friends that I know that are indeed gay, and it's just amazing what people have to go through. And I've always said this in the past, that sometimes people go in that direction because it is their choice. It's because they feel nothing with somebody of the opposite sex. They feel more comfortable with somebody of their same sex, or maybe it's for the fact that they've been abused so much that they feel that this is the best option for them. And I'm not trying to basically say, like, I know everything about being homosexual, about being gay, or being a part of LGBT community. No, I was raised and I grew up in a family where we believed that marriage was between one man and one woman. But I've also opened my mind to everybody, and I've learned to accept people of their lifestyles. I'm not going to be one of those people that forces them to change their lifestyles, because that's not what I want. I'd much rather have people be happy. This is their choice, and that's the beautiful thing about being an American, is you have that freedom of choice. I know I'm getting a little bit off topic with this, but it kind of does relate to it. It's the movie Moonlight, where again, people have to go through these lifestyle changes to find true happiness. And that's what this all boils down to in the end of the movie, where he basically confesses his love to this man who made him feel good about being himself, made him feel good about being a person. And that's really what it's all about. So Moonlight does an amazing job. Very powerful movie. Very highly recommended that you at least watch it once with open eyes. Don't judge it at the end. Just watch it at least once. I would recommend that. So all in all, I gave that a 4.5 stars. It's a very powerful movie. So the last movie that I wanted to talk about was the movie Hacksaw Ridge, which won 2 Oscars, I believe, along with, I think it was either Moonlight or Fences, if I remember correctly. This was another one of those based on true events type of movies, in which I thought to myself, I love these movies. I mean, I've talked so highly about, Hidden Figures, Patriots Day, love it. And Andrew Garfield does a tremendous job playing the guy who much rather just be a medic and not have to worry about guns. And you kind of see why throughout the movie, his recent past and everything that he's done. He's not a man really of violence. He just wants to try and be that person who, I think his quote was, I'd much rather, prevent people from dying instead of, being the person who commits murder, because they definitely show in this movie that he is very highly religious and very pro-choice. So it's one of those movies that is very powerful and very well done. Again, at the end, they show a lot of the true life events, as well as everything that went on with, I'm trying to remember his name. I think it was Hal, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to look that up really quick. But yeah, again, Hacksaw Ridge is just a very, very powerful movie. Just love everything about it. The chemistry between so many of the different characters. I thought, oh my gosh, when I saw Vince Vaughn in this movie, I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. This is amazing. Oh, okay, that's right. Oh no, Desmond Doss. There we go. For some reason, I was thinking Hal. I don't know why. Maybe that was his brother, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he was the first conscientious objector to be awarded the Medal of Honor. And the most powerful scene from that entire movie was the scene where Desmond is out on top of Okinawa, I believe it was for the Battle of Okinawa in World War II. And he was saving so many people. He saved, soldier after soldier after soldier. And every single time he brought a soldier to a ledge and brought them down, he would always say the phrase, "Please, Lord, just let me save one more." And he kept saying this over and over and over again. He saved so many people. He even saved a couple of the Japanese people. That shows you the kind of person that is in that, that are in the military. And this definitely shows that there are really good people in this world. This is just a very well done movie. Probably, quite possibly my favorite movie of the Oscars, next to, I believe it was Hidden Figures was the other one. But Hacksaw Ridge just did an amazing job, and I love everything about it. Mel Gibson, wow, you made a powerful impact with this movie. This was very well done. So I gave this movie a 4.75 because not only was it just very well done, plot was great, character was great, there's entertainment points, and there were just relatable points. It was just very well done. I loved everything about this movie. It was honestly my favorite one to watch this week. Loved it. So, again, those are my reviews for the movies Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, the first, and one of the best, Lucy, Hacksaw Ridge, and Moonlight. So hopefully you enjoyed that. So now we can move on just a little bit. I got about a few more minutes of time where I can talk about the movie. Not the movie. This past week, Impact Wrestling had a different aura about them. They changed a lot of things up. First things first being that Jeremy Borash is now a part of the commentary team. He is joining the Pope as well as Josh Matthews on commentary, which I think was long overdue. He definitely talked about how he was being trained by Mike Tenay and how he was friends with Jim Ross and how he deserved to be in that spot. And of course, Josh Matthews, being a prick that he was, just said, "Yep, nope, this is my chair now." Blah blah blah. He's going like in this Michael Cole direction. It's just really weird. I'm just thankful that, spoiler alert, if you're not listening, for those of you that are not fans of Impact Wrestling, and for those of you that are, you might want to skip out on this. Josh gets fired in the next couple weeks, so I'm just thankful. I'm just going to be thankful when that happens. Whoever is in charge, whether it be Jeff Jarrett, whoever it may be, just would be, yeah, I just love to see Josh Matthews just get fired. Another thing that happened is that they think they kind of really touched base on the whole Broken Hardy's leaving deal. They did this weird thing where they did the whole Broken Hardy segment. Thought it was funny, where they were just basically boxing with a kangaroo. Oh my gosh, it's just amazing how they make things so entertaining. They transported themselves, and then Decay came back, and then they grabbed the titles, and apparently now they're the tag team champions or something like that. I don't know. It's very confusing what they're even trying to do. But the main thing I wanted to talk about was what happened in the main event. The main event was Bobby Lashley versus Alberto Del Patron for the world title of Impact Wrestling. Patron won. Why? Just why? So the ending of the matchup happened with like 3 referees getting knocked down, and then Alberto hit Lashley in the head with a title belt, and that was it. 1, 2, 3, done. Then Patron is back celebrating, and then Bruce Pritchard, I believe his name is, was saying, you don't want to win the title like this, you don't want to win it like this, you don't want to be that kind of champion. And, of course, Patron is just like, well, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know what happened out there. Yeah, I beat him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. He's not even acknowledging the fact that he cheated. And he's just talking about, being the world champion, and that he's going to be the greatest world champion, and blah, 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 blah. Basically kissing the belt and then walking away. So, yeah, this was probably one of the more unique episodes of Impact Wrestling, but probably also one of the more very poorly. I think other than the whole thing with Jeremy Borash, everything else just kind of flopped. I couldn't see this episode of Impact really being that well done. Oh well, you can't win them all. Ain't that right, Monday Night Raw? Oh, yeah, I went there. So that is going to wrap it up for this edition of What Did I Just Watch? Again, you guys, be sure to like us on our Facebook fan page at facebook.com/ER Network 24/7. Of course, you can always check us out there because we will be posting up our episodes for the week. Of course, every Monday being Raw Reaction with myself and AJ Jensen. And on Tuesdays, you'll get a chance to listen to Talk Smack with Max Beatty and Spencer Hart. On Wednesdays, you'll be able to hear myself and Victory Bell on Changing the F Up, where this upcoming week we will be doing the grand debate on whether Green Lantern is a hero or a zero. That's going to be very exciting. I'm very interested in hearing what people have to say. Thursday is always Smart Money Podcasting, in which they talk about not only independent wrestling around here, but also wrestling subjects throughout the world, or even just in WWE. On Friday, again, will be another edition of What Did I Just Watch, where next week I will have a full review of the movie Logan. It will be, I assume it's going to be very, very astonishing. I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. But until then, I have to get ready for work. So thank you guys so much for your time, and I will see you on Monday, actually. So have a good weekend, you guys. Talk to you then.